in a world.
Bro, it's Indiana.
In Indiana, from the depths of our secret lair.
Bro, it's totally a bookstore.
And whose fault is that? Fine, never mind. In Indiana, from the depths of our bookstore comes a well-coordinated coterie of serious kindred.
You're joking, right?
I'd rather be reading a book anyway. Fine. Come check out our chronicle as a bunch of misfit kindred drift from one crisis to another. Happy?
Bro, what happened to the voice?
Indy by night. We'll see you Tuesday. Oh, hey, hi, hello. We are here. Welcome on in to another episode of Indy by Night, episode 58, guys, titled Cleanup Crew. We're going to go around, introduce who we're going to be playing this evening, and do a little bit of a recap, and go ahead and get started. And we'll go ahead and start with the one, the only, Warren.
Hi, I'm Warren. I am playing Lucas, the criminally good-looking vampire who otherwise is useless.
All right.
No clan. Clans are for people who can't get by just, winking at people and getting what they want.
There's some Toreadors that would highly disagree with you, but we won't get into that conversation. Next up, we have Hannah.
Hi, I'm Hannah, playing Eva Hill the Bruja, and Eva normally likes to break shit, mostly people, but she's feeling a little iffy about this job, so see how it goes.
Next up, we have Justin.
Hi, I'm Justin. I'm playing Dimitri, the Ventru, and Dimitri's loving this.
Weirdly enough, it does not surprise me that Dimitri is having just the time of his life.
I mean, I've been actually told I can kill a kindred. I mean, it's the first time for everything. I'm stoked.
That's fair. Besides the one that you were told to kill automatically. But yes, the hunt is on. And last but not least, we have Ian.
Hey, I'm Ian. I am currently playing one Claudius B. Wellington, the Hakata. Has a very particular set of skills that I was conned out of. I'm not mad. You can't prove it. And doesn't get out much, but has left the house infinitely more in the last 2 nights because of these new people.
You seem a little upset by that.
Nah, it's actually been kind of fun.
And speaking of, you say conned out, other people will say your services are still being applied just for free of charge.
That sounds like I got grifted.
Maybe. Time will tell. But you guys did shoot a fantastic movie. Really good effects. People, allegedly died on camera, but that is to be determined later by the studios. But you guys were able to go ahead and begin to get that information out to where it needed to go so that way you could circulate properly thanks to the channels that Dimitri is aware of. As you guys were able to go ahead and get that taken care of, you guys went back and began to sort of relax for a little bit at Claudius's haven, sort of just beginning to wait and see what the next steps were for you guys. As you guys were taking a time for a quote-unquote breather, as they call them, you guys were interrupted as someone is looking for Claudius's expertise, thanks to some cleanup that needs to be taken care of. After a phone call later, you guys decided to start heading that way to go ahead and assist the best you could. As you guys got about a block away, Dimitri and Eva, you guys both sort of waited off on the side and waited to see what the next play was, if Claudius needed any sort of backup. And you guys were able to go ahead and just sort of wait there as Claudius went in and, beyond their control, began to bow and thank them for this kind opportunity, and was able to go ahead and offer their services for free. And as we get into that this evening, that is where we're going to be picking up. Claudius, you are in front of some individual, again, very well dressed, but roughly at the time you've been sort of escorted towards the second level of sanctum, if you will, to the Red Salon. As you do see you do see, because you have seen the picture before of who you are requested to remove from the picture, Mr. Underwood. As you guys were sort of see that as you look around, you see anywhere between 10 and 15 bodies sort of laid around the place. Mostly, there are some that are sort of just laid in different chairs near you, but there are a lot of them, 8 of them to be precise, are in these little glass boxes that look like have a very deep green film that's almost like covering it from the inside.
We're pretty much just getting the job done as quickly as possible. They were talking about you could feed as often as you want, that kind of stuff.
Indeed.
The real question is, are you gonna make me roll all those Oblivion checks?
Oh, we are. So please go ahead.
Why did I ask? I knew
Please.
the answer. Why did I ask?
Go ahead and roll 12 rouse checks for me, please.
Oh,
And you are able to feed whenever you need to.
12 rouse checks.
Mm-hmm.
That there be a lot of rouse checks. All right. And what is it? It's on a 1 or a 10.
1 or a 10 on the rouse, you gain a stain.
It's a stain, not just like
Not a humanity loss right away.
Okay. I don't even know why I feel bad. I'm doing people a favor. Okay.
Have you considered not giving it away for free?
Yeah, that's also true.
Usually I charge very nicely for things like this. But no, people have to be better than me at mind stuff. So
Claudius and
let's
Michael
see.
should go into business together.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You're at Hunger 4, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and feed off that one.
Okay.
We're going back down to 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Ooh, with 1 stain.
Ugh! These guys suck, man. So that was 10.
Yep.
11, 12.
12. That's all of them.
But off of that, before that last one, before I dissolve the last one, I'm gonna go back down to 1.
Okay.
Because it's exhausting.
Indeed, it is.
And I got a stain out of it.
Yeah, you did. Enjoy that oblivion power.
How do I mark just a stain?
I think you go down to your humanity track, and there might be a button for it.
Oh, there is 1 stain.
Congratulations.
We were doing so well.
You were, as you begin to sort of feel bad that these people's families aren't going to get closure. They're just going to be gone.
You know what? Claudius doesn't feel bad for what they did. Claudius feels bad for what happened to them.
That's also very fair. And you know what? We will find out later whether or not you truly feel sorry or not. We'll see.
I'll do it right now.
Okay, do it right now.
Damn it.
I
guess I don't feel bad.
You don't feel bad as you failed the remorse check. So your humanity is dropped by 1.
Yeah, humanity's 6 now. Tell him.
I'm telling y'all, diablerize early to get your humanity in that right space and get something for it.
Captain Cannibal out here saying, eat them up and eat them quick.
I'm sorry, how many people did you just eat?
I didn't eat any of them. I bled on a bunch of them and they dissolved.
Is that much better, though?
I thought I
ate
heard
2 of them.
Okay, there we go.
But they were already dead. I was taking the resources that were going to be lost.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. The damage was done.
So you're like the kindred version of like recycling, Captain Planet.
Absolutely. Captain Planet. He's a hero.
But in
He's gonna
Claudia's voice.
take pollution down. Oh, Captain, I can't do it. He's not much of a singer.
That seems pretty on brand for Claudius right there.
Captain Planet, he's a hero. He's a gentleman who's been known to take pollution to 0. Yes. Charles, fire up the television. We're marathoning.
Thanks. I hate it.
Every so often looking at Charles and going, you're the one with the heart ring. Superfluous and does nothing, but makes all of us feel well.
With that being said, Mr. Underwood walks towards you. The Camarilla sincerely thanks you.
Well, should another unfortunate happenstance occur in the future, please do keep me in mind as the service to clean up.
You do have a interesting position, being free range and all.
Believe me, I am aware.
And-
Tedious balance to be maintained, but we do find a way.
Of course. Now, has there been any sort of rumors that you've been hearing on the other side of the pond, perhaps?
It's a good question. I have heard a few rumblings in the night. Is there anything particular that you're oh so keen to find out?
If a group called the Second Inquisition is back in town or not.
I had heard quite a rumble about our Second Inquisition friends returning. Quite the damper on business last time they were in town. As for now, it seems to surely be. Well, no. I was ready to dismiss it, but there seemed to be a couple more of these types of calls for me this evening, and that can only tell maybe people are feeling pressured to clean up their act, as it were. Prying eyes and all. So if anything, I would grain of salt it more than anything.
Yes, but usually it is the grain of salt that is the most bitter.
The bitter pill is always hard, but I'd rather take it and be inoculated than not and suffer the flu.
Indeed, we are one, well, very close of the same mind.
No, it's more than likely not my place. But is there something deeper that I should be aware of as to steer clear or anything of that?
Not that I'm aware. Maybe use your cell phone a little less if you need to, if you have one. That's usually how they
Yes.
break up our parties, as it were.
Oh, and what absolute party poopers they are.
Right.
This one. This instance was on the house given all of the rumors and I won't say panic, but panic adjacent activities.
Well,
Consider me an affordable service in the future, should need be.
do you have any plans this evening, Claudius?
Depends. Are you suggesting some, or
Indeed, I am.
sheerly just being polite?
Little from column A, little from column B.
Valid. To my awareness, don't believe so. I might have to check in with, well, my second, just to be sure I'm not forgetting the calendar, as he's the one who handles my schedules. But I should be free. Is there anything in mind that you have?
Yes, you did me a great service, and I would like to return the favor. If you wouldn't mind, I would be more than happy to invite you back and have a little get together to possibly get to know you a little more and maybe look at some exclusivity on our business.
And is this Mr. Underwood that I'm speaking with?
It
at the
is.
moment? Okay. Making sure I had the right person standing in front of me. Now, Mr. Underwood, I'm sure you understand the precariousness of what it is that I do. And it's not leaning one side or the other in which I pride myself in doing. It's a service that, quite frankly, we all need from time to time. No shame. Sometimes the beast tends to get a little wild. You have to, you can, I would hope that you could understand or at least see how such things would put me in a more interesting position with our friends on the other side.
Of course.
Exclusivity does not, what does not a good economy make? I appreciate the offer. I'm more than happy to come back and share in a drink and some, not sure what the word is, but to just share in a fun evening or a fun portion of the evening. Excuse me. Some of that last little bit did not go down as well as I had hoped.
You see, so it takes like a half a step back.
Were they on anything that I should be aware of since I was feeding?
Oh, they were on a little bit of everything, if I'm going to be quite honest with you.
I should be having a great time in about 45 minutes.
Indeed.
Now, Mr. Underhill, please allow me a moment to double check my schedule for the evening and make sure I'm not forgetting anything. But I do have a little bit of an entourage that comes with me when I'm away from the home. Safety and all, you understand.
I do, as he sort of points up to like put his hands up like in the air, but his hands sort of happen to sort of point to like cameras that are sort of pointing around. I do.
Excellent.
And
So,
please don't worry, the footage will all obviously be erased for both of our safeties.
thank you. That was my next question. So yes, one moment, please.
Of course.
I'll take a couple steps away, like other side of the room away.
Yeah, still within that second sanctum, I'm assuming.
Yes,
Okay.
where it's a little. This is like vampire hangout, like kindred hangout, so I should be able to assume some privacies.
Some, yes. But you also, at the same time, probably
It's a
assume
public space, but
some enhanced security as well.
yes. Okay. Then I will get on the phone.
Okay.
And Lucas was not in the stakeout car, correct?
Correct. It was just Eva. It was just Diva.
It was Diva, the
Diva.
power couple of the century, even though they're not dating.
Exactly.
Then I'll call Diva.
Shouldn't it be Jury, since we know him as Jane? And
Yeah, that's
Jury?
fair. The jury's out on that one, though.
Aw.
Haha.
Nice. Don't worry, I'll take that
but
1
yeah.
point of willpower damage.
I'm gonna give them a call.
Either one of you, your phone begins to ring.
It's probably Dimitri's. I didn't give out my phone number.
This is Yuri.
Hello.
Who this?
I have a hunch you know who this is, and you're just playing coy.
Yes. How's it going?
Excellent. Very straightforward and to the point. I was invited, we were invited to spend the evening with the certain benefactor of this establishment.
Are you
Said
fucking
something.
shitting me right now?
I am quite good at what I do.
You
Now.
brought your knee pads, I see.
Or like he brought his, but
I meant so you could kneel.
I know exactly what you meant. So is that something that we should be interested in, or do we have plans?
I think would be good for you and Lucas.
Perfect.
Me and Jane probably not good idea. See face.
Fair. Excellent. Then I will accept. Well, yes, I will accept and inform Lucas later.
I have number. I give him a call. Okay.
Perfection. Please do.
Yeah.
I'll be sending
he's-
along. I'll be sending along an address shortly, so we can
Okay.
all become acquainted.
His party at his house.
From what I gather, yes, a quick little get together to celebrate a job well done, and potentially trying to talk me out of my proverbial pants business-wise. But
Okay. I call
Claudius
Lucas. I
B.
tell him what's
Wellington.
up.
good, Claudius B. Wellington is not for sale.
Okay, bro.
Have fun, and I'll hang up.
I'll give Lucas a call.
Lucas, mid Thin Blood hangout, trying to sort of gather some information on thoughts and possible concerns about what has that capability that you were looking for, your phone begins to ring.
I'll step away and answer the phone. Hey, what's up?
Hey, it's Yuri. So interesting turn of events. Right now, Claudius is at the Red Salon doing some work for that fancy pants guy we hear about. You know, big swinger. I guess he like work so much he invite him back to his house for snacks. Um, I say maybe good idea you go with him.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. That's good. Are you and Jane coming?
I think it's best if we don't, let ourselves be seen quite yet.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we stick to shadows, this kind of thing, you know.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, hey, it's whatever. You do you.
Okay, so you need pickup. You're going to get there on your own. What's the plan here, bro?
Yeah. Where am I going? You got the address?
The place, with the doorman. I think that's where we're
Oh,
going.
same place. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
no
yeah.
problem.
If he tells me he's supposed to text me address. If it's different, I'll let know.
Buzz, buzz. Same address.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. He just texted me. It's good. Same place. You need ride or what?
I can get over there. It's fine. Is
Okay,
it
cool.
fancy pants party?
I mean, you don't want to go look like slob. I mean, this guy hang out with kings. You know what I'm saying?
I will also send a picture of my current cloak with the caption "Too informal?" Question mark? Question mark?
I'll text back the cloak's fine. It's everything else.
Oh no.
Just get back.
I feel like that's a good 50% of Claudius's messages. Just
What about I have Charles? I pick something up for you and have Charles drop it off at guy's penthouse so you don't look like slob.
Yeah, that I appreciate that. That sounds good.
Is it okay if I use Charles like that?
Yes, that's fine. Sure, we have something in his size.
No,
The
for
things
you,
people
bro.
die in, I swear. Oh, for me.
Yeah. Don't take wrong way, because I know it's your business, but you look like Undertaker from 1860s.
Work very hard on this aesthetic.
Yo, bro, this type of crew is not working for you right now. You got to look like sweet, like awesome.
Fine.
Yeah, I sent him with clothes.
okay. The assortment of phone calls / texts transpire. And am I making the assumption that Eva and Dimitri are going to be dropping off Claudius, and you guys are, say, outside in the vehicle?
I'm kind of assuming Claudius was probably going to ride with the dude.
Since they had said that they didn't want to be a part of it, I was thinking that I would try to keep them as far out of it as possible.
Okay. So you're looking to...
If there's a ride offered,
Sure.
then I will take. Just with the heads up of Charles potentially bringing me something.
Okay. As you wrap up with your phone call and text message shortly after, you do see Underwood is in the process of having a small off conversation as well. As you begin to see Underwood begin to dismiss this individual, and you begin to see the skin tone of Mr. Underhill become more pigment as he begins to blush and bring forth life, as it were. So, what did your walking calendar have to say?
The walking calendar said that I am clear this evening.
Very
However, he did let me know that perhaps I'm a bit overly dressed for this evening. So he was going to drop off some more appropriate festive attire for me, if that's okay.
It's if you would like to change, that is fine. But I understand the individualism that you may have, as you are. If that's what you would like to.
Oh no. I'm nothing if not someone to try to make everyone a little bit more comfortable.
That is good to know. But if you would like, we could ride together, or I could, if you have other places you need to go first, I could fetch you a ride.
If it would be not an imposition, then I would gladly take you up on a ride.
Of course. Now, I will say that my driver doesn't exactly know what we are. So if you could look the part.
Oh, yes. I'll drop Cloak of Shadows. So I lose like 2 inches of height,
Right.
and the living, like the living shadows that were gathering around my feet dissipate and go back to where they're supposed to be, or nowhere at all. And here's my. Hey, we passed the rouse check to blush.
Hey, blushed up.
I don't get much. Like, I stay pretty damn pale.
Right, but it's you know, you now have a pulse, you now have chest compressions.
A slight heartbeat.
Exactly.
Claudius is the only kindred that gets paler when they
It's
blush.
true. That is hilarious.
Because I then put a bunch of powder back on to
Right.
achieve original paleness.
Exactly.
Molgoth is a way of life.
As you
It was all the rage in the 1800s.
I'm sorry, but fads like that do not go out of style.
but you guys begin to head on, and you see him sort of look towards the front entrance as he, one of the well-dressed individuals, sort of raises up their wrists and begins to speak into it as a large limo SUV pulls up. Now, please.
By all means, after you, dear sir.
Well, I'll do. And he sort of claps, and the driver gets out, comes and opens the door for him. And you begin to climb in. As the door shuts behind you, it is a very, very nice looking interior vehicle that matches the outside. Everything looks brand new. There's even glasses of all sorts that are sort of on the side. Each one sort of engraved with BU on them.
It's a good message. Be yourself.
And, you know, I never thought of it, Claudius.
I'm merely joking.
Oh.
I understand it's your initial. Classy car for a classy gentleman.
Well, when you roll with the kings, that's what you have to do. Now, and at this point, the car begin to merge into traffic and begin to drive. Eva and Dimitri, you guys definitely see this large SUV pull up to the front of it and sort of pass by as it begins to head towards Mr. Underhill's establishment. But yeah. So I'm very, very curious because I've just never understood.
Yes. Speak your mind, sir, please.
What's the point?
Of?
Your living choices of being
Oh, yeah.
freelance, as it were.
Now, my dear Mr. Underwood, these sentences I'm about to speak, I mean, don't disrespect, and they are not directed particularly at you. I find it all silly and a bit pedantic. Oh, I live by this code. I'm so insulted that they don't. We're all kindred. We all wake under the same moon. And by living at war with each other, we do what? Create more conflict, more fissures in our communities. I choose to live outside of it and be helpful where I can to who I can, is to keep our kind living, so to speak.
And what of the movement and their... How do I put this? Antics that cause the people like the Inquisition to fall upon us.
A bit brash and not as thought out as I would prefer. But to sentence an entire people to servitude or some sort of fate worse than death, sometimes even to the sun, for wanting the freedom to live their life as they choose, I feel like that's again, I do not wish this to come off as any sort of dig against you directly. It's not what this is meant.
Of course.
Speaking very candidly. Seems a bit barbaric and beneath us.
Yes, but at the same time, is it not very human of us?
To divide and subjugate? Absolutely, but that's the part of humanity I wish to not interact with anymore. It's the part of humanity that I feel like, should that be the part that dies, then so be it. But the community and the protecting your neighbor and looking after each other and ourselves, that's the part that I wish to embrace. Now, please, sir, do not misunderstand what I'm saying for a lack of empathy or caring in the way of what I do as a business. I truly wish that it was not something that I had to do, but a certain particular tongue-tied a little bit. A particular set of skills such as mine deserves access to keep all of us safe. If I were to hole up in my home and only answer to one side or the other, then that's an entirety of our kind left out to, for lack of better, left to the sun. I would not wish that upon anyone.
I also would not wish that upon anyone, even the movement, as it were.
Glad we could agree.
But I do think that a lot of good people died, kind and kindred, on the attack that was brought here because of the movement.
And that I cannot argue. Lots of very incredibly good life and unlife was lost. That's why I showed up this evening. That's why I show up, should I be called. Granted, I do have to make a living after all, so evenings like this are few and far between.
Of course. And I do appreciate your very, very generous offer.
I'm nothing if not generous in that regard. Emergencies happen, I understand.
Now, obviously, I don't believe that I could shake your mentality of exclusivity, as it were, without even having to join said side. But what about for some information? You said yourself it is a business after all.
Yes, and what did you have in mind?
If there's just a big cleanup, I would like to know. And that's say we take care of 50% of your operating costs yearly.
Now. That's a real that's an engagement. They just happen to line up. How now, Mr. Underwood? Surely you cannot be offering to buy out me and mine.
Oh, no, I would never. Again, I would not want to question your morals in that regard. And of course, for the betterment of kindred in Boston, you do provide a very ample service. But maybe that service just gets sent over some details for auditing purposes, as it were. And I do take no offense if you decide to decline.
What you are asking of me, Mr. Underwood, would be to tip the scales in the kind of disadvantageous direction. In order for me to be able to agree, then I would need the understanding and the agreement to be that information shared through me is shared to both sides. Should you call with a rather large cleanup, then that is free information for me to pass along to those in the movement and vice versa. All it takes is one kindred to decide that perhaps I'm more of a danger than an asset, and everything I've been working for and working towards collapses. So for me to just agree to tip the scales would not end well for myself, nor those that I care for, or those that I do owe a duty to protect. I will tell you, this is not a no. I must think about it.
Of course. And I'm not saying this is a firm offer if you have negotiations that you believe might be in place. Then I'm sure my walking checkbook would be happy to fulfill that check.
I'm glad we have a similar thought. Now then, enough with business.
Oh, actually, and you see he does open up his jacket and begin to pull out a checkbook. Signs it, rips it out, hands it to you.
Just a blank check.
It's just a blank check with his name on it.
What a bastard. This guy out here flexing blank check money.
It's just a piece of paper with an autograph on it, you know.
That I could just put an untold sum of money on and go cash.
You could certainly try, that's for sure. That again, as our business wraps up, he puts the checkbook away, sits back. A few moments go by. The door opens as the car comes to a halt. And you see a decently looking familiar building as you have parked outside of Underwood's penthouse.
Perfect. In which case, Mr. Underwood, I do have one that will be joining us. Not he should be coming to deliver clothes as well, but then one shall be joining, whom I believe would have an interest in the similar business.
Oh, of course. Would you like to wait down here, or I could have the doorman send them right up.
I believe that I will wait for my guest and then accompany them up.
Of course. Would you
Is
like
that
me
agreeable?
to wait with you as well?
Oh no, please, no. I do not mean to.
I appreciate that because it is now beyond cold now that I.
Yes, it's quite chilly.
Well,
The point of the cloak, and I kind of wrap it closer around myself.
right as you wrap up the cloak, you can see he reaches down with sort of a questionable look, looks at it, pick up a phone. If you excuse me,
Yes,
I must take this.
absolutely.
And as he sort of begins to walk towards the front door, he's, yes, child, what do you need? No. I don't know. Hire someone for that. There's literally a position to fill for that role. They take care of all the planning and all the party guests, inviting, and everything of that nature. That's what they have a keeper for. Yes. And begins to sort of walk into the door.
Sounds like Caleb don't know how to throw a party.
Should have checked in with Michael.
He decided not to hire Harpy. So that's not my problem.
Harpies don't throw the leasings anyway.
Oh, I was thinking just a regular, like, we out here partying kind of party.
No, they got to announce some things.
Fair.
As maybe 4 or 5 minutes later, after you are left alone, Claudius, Lucas, you do arrive and join the scene.
Spend the whole time thinking about, oh, maybe this isn't the greatest idea because I just cased this place. Oh well.
But you do now, or have arrived, sitting next to Claudius.
Good evening.
Is Claudius wearing the Yuri clothes or still the Claudius clothes?
Still the Claudius clothes. As you can see off in the distance, Charles begin to run.
Hold on.
Oh,
Hold up on that.
yeah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Do we have some new art?
No, I'm just saying, hold up on that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It'll take me a while. I got a lot of, he's a weird size, funky shape, getting a vest that's going to fit him when he's doing his little hunchy, walkie thingy. So it's going to take a while.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
So I'll be sure to let him
Lord.
know it's going to be a bit.
All right. So it is just the two of you out in the cold. Lucas, you do see that Claudius, very minorly, but is blushed.
It's one of those kind of parties. Why am I so hungry?
Why are you so hungry? Have you been working up an appetite this evening?
Yes.
Stop.
Get some.
I would like to. It's just bad things happen when we get hungry. Anyway, yeah, that's fine. I'm blushed. Let's party.
So, quick meeting. Little aside. Figure I should get you caught up.
Well, I thought this was a party.
Oh, it's a party, but it's a working party, my boy.
What is a working party?
We're here to have a good time. We're here to have some drinks. We're here to meet people, rub elbows with the more financially inclined.
Oh, it's just money.
Yes, but money pays bills and keeps businesses open.
You just had a huge job. There were like 12 bodies. You're like
For
loaded.
some
What do you need to rub
reason-
elbows for?
For some reason, I decided it was a good idea to do a little bit of pro bono work, given that the Second Inquisition may or may not be in town. With
Spend money to
a
make money.
very
I like it.
over-the-top, melodramatic wink.
Oh yeah, the second. Yeah, they're definitely in town. Bad guys for sure.
Mhm. And then I'm gonna excuse me. Ow, that one hurt. I'm gonna give Lucas the rundown on the whole conversation about trying to buy my loyalty and things of that. Just to get so be aware. Doesn't seem
Okay.
to
Yeah.
too
No,
far.
definitely.
Not a fan of the undeclared.
Did you tell him we're not fans of him?
I told him that I'm not a fan of the bleed someone out first, ask question later kind of history that both sides seem to have. So perhaps
this is less
hopefully-
party, more work. That's what you're telling me.
I'm saying that we could be working and having a good time. You sound like Charles.
I'm missing the part of this. It's
we're
going to be
having
fun.
There will be drinks.
You know all of these people don't like me, right?
Do you know all of these people?
I mean, all of these people know of, like they don't like. It's fine. It's fine. Let's just go party.
All of these people happen to know me as well. Some may be fond, some may be indifferent, some may fucking hate me. But that's neither here nor there.
How about that voice? Where did that come from?
Claudia's beast just snuck out just a little bit.
Everything sucks.
Why am I wearing a cape?
The humanity slipped out on that one.
Humanity is for chumps.
But anything
At
else?
this point, we're good to make our way upstairs.
Any active powers you would like to use prior to walking in?
I feel like it's probably bad for him to walk in with awe, right?
Only if you're caught.
I'll be gone.
Also makes me think it might be bad form to walk in with Shadow Cloak going, but I also feel like that adds to the prestige and mystique of Claudius.
So, okay, let me rephrase. Is there anything you guys would like to do going into the lobby and up to elevator, not going into the penthouse portion?
good.
Perfect. Part 2 of that question. Anything you guys like to do before going into the penthouse portion, as you know, are now excluded up into the little area between the elevator and his penthouse door.
Cloak of Shadows.
Beautifully.
I'm gonna be bigger, a little bit more scary, and probably a little bit more recognizable.
Okay.
Because should there be people here, brand recognition is important.
Of course. Anything for you, Lucas?
No, Lucas is going to play it a little safer and not come in on all ostentatious. So
That is wonderful. Who is leading this adventure towards the front door of this penthouse?
I would assume that's Claudius. He's the main invitee. I'm his +1.
Beautiful.
Yes, I will do it.
You go ahead and knock at said door, and you see Mr. Underwood answer the door himself.
Oh, Mr. Underwood, I figured you had someone to open doors for you. With like a kind of cheeky grin to probably alleviate the fact that that could be taken very incredibly shitty.
He does have a little bit of a smirk on his face. I do, but they're currently occupied.
Naturally. Now, I would like to introduce you to a colleague of mine. Look at
Yes.
Lucas. This is Lucas.
Is this your walking calendar? Or is this another colleague, as it were?
This is another colleague. My walking calendar informed me that he was a touch behind this evening.
Understand. Please come in. And as you walk in, it is absolutely beautiful, very much modern art of the most pristine. And the windows, there's windows covering a good portion of the main area. It does have a little bit of a sunken in living room where it looks like it, for somehow, like, even though it's up on, it just sinks into the floor a little bit, where it sort of goes like a reverse pyramid. It goes down further, and then at the bottom it has sort of like a entirely square couch with a bunch of different throw pillows and blankets sort of placed around. Has a fireplace. You can see there's a very, even though doesn't look like it's been used in quite some time, there's not even like a log holder in there. It looks like it's absolutely just more of for show. A very large television, but a very, very good view of all of Boston.
And how many people are here?
So far, all you see is Mr. Underwood, excuse me.
We're a little early to the party, aren't we, Claudius?
Mr. Underwood, should we be expecting anyone else this evening?
Just I believe you had a individual dropping off some party wear, as it were.
I was told that I may be inappropriately dressed for a meeting and sit down with someone such as yourself. Please forgive me.
All right. Oh, no, not a problem at all. And again, I mean, if you would like, if this is uncomfortable for you, I'd be more than welcome to invite some more people over and really liven up this place. But I thoroughly just wanted to thank you personally for the pro bono work that you did for me this evening.
Oh, that's very all right. Now, there was a question that I had that seems to have eluded me. No matter who return.
And while we think about that, we're going to switch gears and head over to Eva and Dimitri. And for this, I would like for Ian and Warren to please deafen yourself, and I will give a thumbs up when it is safe for you guys to undeafen.
Fine, I'll just go unmute the stream.
Thanks.
So as we watch the SUV roll by, I'll turn to Eva. So, how much are you willing to give for revenge?
In what way?
I mean, of your soul, so to speak. Do things that normally would be outside of your character.
I feel like anything that I could do to go back there to get revenge, I would do it.
So
But I want to get back there. I don't want to,
we have
end it here.
chance to kill this man tonight, but it may cost us our new allies. Actually, it would definitely cost us our new allies.
Are you fond of these new allies?
I'm not unfond of them. It's just I didn't know where you would stand with something like this.
I think they're a stepping stone.
Okay then. We need to swing by the locker. We have some explosives we need to get. And can we need to make Charles not remember what we're about to do to him.
Okay. Are we able to do that?
Do what?
Make sure that Charles doesn't know.
I mean,
what's about.
I can make him forget, but I need him to. Can you make him pliable? I mean, I can do it through fear, but I don't know if this is best way. I want him to seem natural, so to speak.
You can try it.
So
Um,
here's
my-
thought.
Wait,
Go-
wait,
go
wait.
ahead.
My concern. First,
Yes.
let me get out my concern. Would this job bring on people we don't want at the scene and then not get us where we want to be with the
I mean, we're talking massive explosion. It looks like terrorist event. It has nothing to do with Kindred World. It's big boom. Whole top floor. Kaboom. Look,
wouldn't we
them,
want it to be the whole building?
I hadn't thought about this. This we wouldn't even need to worry about Charles. I mean, but that might draw a little more heat than we want. I mean, it seems like a lot to kill like hundreds of people to get one guy.
Right. But if it's an actual terrorist, it doesn't they want numbers.
You make valid point. All right, fuck it. We won't even bother with Charles. We'll just go. We'll set bombs. We'll drive down the street, blow up fucking building. I mean, the way you look at it, there's no way SI is going to think it's something to do with the person. Like you said, he's just another casualty in big deaths. You know? He's not going to be looked at. I mean, they said don't involve the cops, but I mean, this is going to be something that's looked at is from the perspective of, we just have to make sure we take out all cameras in the area so nobody sees us doing what we're doing. You know what I mean? And wear masks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know any other way that we could do this. As
I mean,
obviously he's a bit older. Like there's no way. I don't have that type of strength.
if all four of us gang up on him, yes, but that's if he's alone, doesn't have anyone there to support him, back him up, which I doubt is going to be the case. So, I mean, the question comes down to we can risk it with Charles and send him in because they're already expecting him. We can stick, a bunch of C4 up his ass with a detonator, essentially. And, he walked through the door, hand over a coat, we hit the receiver, boom, ba, bing, boom, ba, boom, ba. It's all done. Or we just plant C4 on building and blow it up. Now, I don't know if we have enough to take down whole building.
Right.
Is only problem.
My other thought is if we didn't want to just use them as a stepping stone, do we have enough ammo for those guns that we have to lure him somewhere alone?
Well, we could always text these guys and see what the status is. I mean, if he's alone in the apartment right now, we could show up. We have Charles be the guy who knocks. He leaves door propped open. We sneak in. We hide in stairwell, do this kind of thing. I don't know if he's got security watching. There's just a lot of moving parts for a short period of time. If we just blow up Charles, then we have no problem. He's already expected.
Yeah. A lot more planning. It would be faster if we just did it this way.
I just don't know how you feel about this. I mean, you were mortal not too long ago.
Yeah, well, things have changed since coming out here.
This is true. Okay, we need to stop and get some adult diapers. And I'm not wasting a lot of money on a nice suit for these assholes. We're just going to blow them up. So essentially, my plan is to get the C4. I'll take the adult diapers, put a slit in the side, pull out most of the batting, line that with a lot of C4 or Simtex or whatever it is. And then I'll get like basically the equivalent of like an Easter egg, pack that full of, C4 with the detonator in it. We'll, lube it up, stick it in him, make him forget that it happened, give him the clothes, and then we'll go up in the elevator with him, maybe. So we're like a few floors down.
All right. All right.
Oh shit! Okay, hold on, before you have them unmute. Are you sure about this?
Why would we have to go in the building with them? How much
limited range
explosives
on
do we
the? We have enough to have leveled the grove, so it'll definitely take out the top floor.
Yeah. You guys have 8 pieces of this plastic explosive that was one on each exterior wall of the grove, as well as in the inside in different positions to also sort of break the structure, like integrity of the structure.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not it definitely would work on top floor, that is no brainer. Bringing down the building, if it would be definitely a roll for that to see if you guys could get it in the correct place. I'm not saying it's impossible if you have enough of it, but it would be a lot more know-how versus on just doing this plan. We're like, yep, send it up. But there's also a collapsed building is going to do a lot of damage, probably knock him into torpor, but it's probably not going to final death him.
Well, I'm thinking that if he's standing right next to him when he blows up.
Oh, that part, yes. I was just saying, if you bring down the building, there is the possibility that all 3 of them could survive it, and then you now have just the rubble to go through. So just making sure that we're all on the same plan, that even bringing down the building can still technically possibly cause the same effect. But there's also a possibility, especially on Dimitri, you would know that you have this supernatural toughness to you that is within clan that he could have access to.
Right, which I'm hoping he doesn't necessarily have other things active, because I'm hoping he won't see this coming. One other thing, I'll make sure and tear one of the patches off of the Second Inquisition uniforms, and I will put that on the inside of Charles's shoe, so he's on top of it. So I'm hoping that maybe his foot will be left. And when people are kind of pulling this apart, they'll think it was the Second Inquisition that was involved.
How close are other buildings? Like pretty close?
Decently. They're not like absolutely like touching, but you probably have roughly about 7 or 8 feet between buildings. And they're about as tall as this one is. So like there's going to be, no matter what with this plan, there's going to be blowback on these 2 buildings that are flanking it.
Would I think that if we were in those buildings, one of those buildings several floors down, that I'd have enough range on the detonator? Rather than going into his building and risk being spotted.
Roll intelligence plus technology for this. I know it's not a super great. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to. I can just say, you're not sure. Yes, you can surge on it if you would like to as well.
You know what? Fuck it. What do you do to surge?
It's a rouse check. And then, depending on what your blood potency increases how many dice you get.
Okay, that's a failed rouse check.
Okay.
And my blood potency is 2, so I don't. That's still 2, right?
Check your sheet because it should have it on where it looks like for the rouse.
It's on the back page.
It should be on the back page. I think it's top left, maybe.
Yeah. Bane severity, no effect. Yeah, blood surge is 2 dice.
Okay, cool. I thought so. I just wasn't 100% sure because of the errata that came for that table.
That's 3 successes.
Okay. You would know. You'd either have to be. So the difficult part is that you would either have to be in said building, a few floors down, but you risk the building collapsing on top of you,
Sure.
or in one of these other buildings at the same height.
Okay.
Those are your two options.
Better.
Yeah, for sure. Those are your two options that you can come up with.
Okay.
That would be safe.
Okay. We'll go to one of the flanking buildings
Okay.
for the detonation.
Yeah.
And basically, after we do what we do to Charles, I'll use the where the fuck is it called? Cloud memory.
Okay.
To make him forget the incident.
I need you to go ahead and roll that dice pool because he is not a unprepared mortal. He is indeed ghoulified. And then if you wouldn't mind telling me what that opposing dice roll is for me as well.
Let me find it. It's wits plus resolve.
For me?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, damn it. Okay, so...
Do these other buildings look like apartments as well? Or
Yeah, they look like
what-
similar type of buildings. Residential. Okay. I got 2 successes.
I got 5.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so he'll be in diaper,
Yeah. Ready to go.
the charger locked and loaded, carrying
How will
some
we
cheap
know?
suits from probably JCPenney's.
How will we know if he's right next to Underwood?
Do you have anything that could make him like fall in love with you or something?
Yes.
Well,
You do?
weirdly.
Okay. Oddly enough, I
Alright,
feel
I'll
so
do,
bad about this shit right now.
I'm not going to say
Can't
that
feel
this.
bad.
I'm just not going to say it's not going to not give you some stains, but it's going to give you some stains.
I just feel so bad about this shit. I was sitting there thinking, I was really hoping Hannah would be like, no fucking way.
Oh, welcome.
Hannah feels bad.
Welcome
Eva does not.
Welcome to Diva.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 Go ahead and make that. So I'm assuming you're just gonna have him try to tell you, just call you whenever.
Basically, that once he gets there, to kind of give a holler and just say, "Hey, I'm here. Delivery's been made," and then that we know. Like when Underwood is within visual
Yeah.
range, when you can see Underwood.
Eva, please go ahead and roll charisma plus persuasion.
I also have to do a rouse check.
Yep.
Okay, pass that.
Nice.
Oh, and also
And we said charisma plus persuasion, or can I do my presence? With entrancement?
you can use your presence with entrancement.
Woohoo.
I need to change your hunger level because you are no longer hunger 0. And then just let me know how many hits you get there or successes you get there.
Okay.
Oh,
Four.
nice.
4 successes. All right. He is very much happy to make that phone call for you to let you, make sure that everything's okay, everything's good. The order has been delivered.
Perfect.
Even that will require you to give him your phone number.
Yes. I would definitely ask Dimitri for a burner, not
Totally.
my.
Not the one you're
Yes.
actively using.
I'll
Yes.
reach in my knapsack of burners.
Okay.
I can always count on that.
Exactly. All right. Anything else you guys would like to do?
I think we're about as set as we can be, man.
I'll say a
don't-
prayer for Lucas and
Yeah, me too.
Claudia.
Okay.
I feel bad. I feel so bad.
We will say that this will probably use 2 of your 8 charges to make sure everything's fine.
Okay. Fair enough.
Everything's well packed and has enough oomph to it. Make sure to get the job done. Okay. Let's see if they're paying attention.
Warren is.
Yeah. It's see if they actually do it though. Hey, welcome back. Let's see if we can eat.
Finally.
I know, right? Could someone ping Ian? I don't know if they saw my thumbs up.
They're totally stream sniping right now.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think they would have that straight of a face if they were stream sniping.
That's true.
Okay. Going back to
Are we all dead?
no one's dead. It's wonderful.
Bullshit.
I'm not sure if I believe that.
You guys are having a good time at this little get together. Mr. Underwood is
Hey, we're just kind of drinking with a prince's dad at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
yeah. Welcome to your life.
Like, I'm sorry. Hold on, it's just now sinking in. I'm looking over my shoulder to see if Michael shows up for some like get Prince's dad out of here situation.
Mm-hmm. Not to be rude, if you don't feel like answering, I will take no offense, but is there any sort of preference that you guys may have for beverage this evening?
As in,
And he just gives you a big,
oh, yes. I tend to partake upon those that are no longer breathing.
I can make that happen.
There's a reason that I run the business I do, Mr. Underwood.
Of course, and no judgment at all. Please don't take that any sort of way. But I will say, if I do make that happen for you, I would need said mess cleaned up, and I don't know if that's redundant for you.
My mess is my mess, and I will clean as it is necessary.
Okay. And for you,
Oh, I'm easy. I don't need anything special.
perfect. Still warm, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. And you hear a clap, and you see someone sort of barely standing up, walking towards you guys. And please, and they sort of like collapse onto the couch down below.
Do they appear significantly sedated or like injured?
Intoxicated, more of anything, under something.
Okay. I'm still not sure how how Claudius feels about
The blood,
The-
the blood train.
the drugging of
Kine.
yes.
That's fair.
It's rather unsporting, isn't it?
It's like having a gallon of milk in the fridge.
That makes it weird.
Anyway, please.
Whatever their opinion is, they'll keep it to themselves.
As he begins to sort of descend down into his very nice looking couch, music begins. He presses a button on a remote, and music begins to play. Nothing too crazy. It is a little bit more upbeat R&B music, but it's mostly just like instrumentals versus like actual lyrics. Please feel free to enjoy. Invite some of your people if you would like, or I can again liven up the party more if you would. But otherwise, this is a celebration of you and yours.
What do you think, dear Lucas? Should we liven it up, or is this okay?
I mean, it's I, I'm here. You called me here. I'm happy to bring some people if we think that's reasonable.
I think that should be reasonable.
I'm gonna end up with a lot of thin
Sidebar.
bloods.
Sidebar.
Please be my guest.
Yeah, please. There we go. So we're gonna step away out of earshot.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that this would be the time to inform our friends that it would be viable?
I don't know. Sure. I feel a little out of my
I
depth,
don't
to
know
be
why.
completely honest.
Same. Oh my god. I'm terrified. Not to be gross, but I have not had a working, urinary tract in a very long time, and I feel the need to pee my pants.
That's graphic and gross, but I feel that.
I apologize, my dearest Lucas, but still, the point stands.
No, I get it. It's yeah, no. Sure. Let's go have a drink. Let's start there.
Yes. Perhaps we invite some of his friends, we invite some of our friends. Before we know it, everybody's friends, and we don't have to do any of this.
That sounds great. I hope that's how this works out.
You have the silver tongue. You make it happen. Tell him he looks cute or something. I don't know how you do it.
Yes, you do. You're a charmer. You have the fancy capes. You know how it works.
Speaking of, I have no idea what Charles is with my recreation clothes that were requested for me.
Oh, you look fine. Don't let him change who you are, Claudius.
Thank you. Dear sweet boy.
I need a drink.
I'm assuming you're going over to the individual who is sitting on the couch for a drink.
Yeah, yes, that seemed like that's what Underwood was suggesting.
Indeed.
Hey, you kids want to commit a murder in my house, huh?
Okay. How much would you like to fill?
27.
So I think this is where Lucas definitely realizes he's a consensualist and is kind of like, is this okay?
It's fair. It's fair.
But I mean, if they seem semi-lucid and okay with it, then I will fill one box. If they are not, then I will, I guess, like not quite fake it, but not like I don't want to be rude, but at the same time, I don't want to drink drugged up person.
Yeah, that's
here against their.
That's fair. I mean, they're definitely very much under the influence, but they don't seem scared by any of it.
they're so fucked up at the moment.
Yeah, that is what it is. But that's what you have, Lucas.
Yeah. Okay. I'll probably feel bad about it later, but I'll do a box.
Okay. You go ahead and drain a single box. As you are having this feed, Underwood gets a buzz coming from a intercom.
I thought he was just like drunk all of a sudden.
Exactly.
On contact high.
Exactly. No. Walks over to and yes. Oh yes, please send them right up. I believe your package is being delivered as we speak. I had them send up the individual.
Excellent, thank you.
Of course. If you don't mind, I'm going to feel free to answer the door. I'm going to take care of this, and sort of points over to the person. So that way you could have a meal, Claudius, if you would like.
Oh.
And that way I can also indulge a little.
Absolutely. What a gracious host you have been.
It will go ahead and begin to invite them back to. So, not sure whether it's his room or just a different part of the penthouse. It is a rather large part as well. But during all of this, you do hear a knock at the door.
Oh, then yeah, I'll check the people and answer it.
It is indeed Charles with a box. A nice looking box.
Dearest Charles, good to see you.
And you as well.
Do tell what's in the box.
An outfit. Demetrius, or Yuri sent it? Excuse me.
I'm intrigued to see what he would pick for me. Will I like it?
I don't know. I haven't looked at it.
Indeed. Well, you're more than welcome to stay and enjoy. Within professionalism.
Oh,
But
of course, Claudius. I would be happy to. I just gotta. Do you mind if I make a quick phone call real quick?
oh, of course, of course.
All right. And he walks in with you, shuts the door, begins to pick up and call a phone number. Do you open the box?
Yeah, I'll open the box.
You open the box.
How hard did you change my style?
What sort of suit did you put together for them, Yuri?
It is a nice kind of charcoal suit. It's got a nice kind of like shimmer to it. The vest is red. It seems to be almost not child size, but it seems to be a type of vest that's designed for someone who bends a lot at the waist so that it would fit well for his skulking nature.
It's a good one.
And there is a black shirt and a matching red tie.
Ooh.
Well, I will say it's not normally something that I would wear, but
And a pair of like silver cufflinks with red, like little pseudo gems in them.
pseudogems, my favorite.
I'm not gonna blow that kind of money on you, bud. I don't even buy my own cufflinks.
No. If this was lovingly put together for me, then I love it. So yeah, I'll go change.
Okay. As you are,
But I'm gonna wear the cloak with it.
of course, as you should.
I told you the cloak was the most acceptable part of your outfit.
It's, true words have not been spoken.
I'm wearing my damn cloak. The rest of it looks fantastic. Thank you, Yuri.
As you're in the process of sort of looking through it all, hey, yeah, just wanted to let you know that we made it, and they seem to enjoy your option.
I've never been much of one for charcoal, but I feel like I'm pulling it off.
And that's to you, Eva, by the way.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Oh, I'm really glad that they like the outfit choice. So Charles, I have a quick favor to ask.
Yeah, of course. What's up?
I mean, I don't know where you're at right this very second, but I would really appreciate it if you just stood in the middle of the big area. But don't tell anybody.
Yeah, happy to. And he walks over past you guys. You should see this view. It is wild.
Beep.
I need, as some things happen.
What is wrong with you two?
What is right with
What
that?
is
That
no?
is
You did
real.
not just cover Charles in plastic explosives and
I
detonate him
I
in the penthouse.
inserted plastic explosives into Charles.
What is wrong with you?
That's my
Hannah
boy.
feels really bad.
I had to shoot my shot.
And I was thinking of ways to get you in here to literally shoot your shot. Charles was innocent.
Well, technically, you guys were too.
Charles was but a child.
I think they killed us as well. So like, let's not
I think
get too
so.
upset about Charles.
I'm upset about Charles because he was still mortal. I deserved what I had coming.
All right. First of all, I need to check some things real quick.
Oh my god.
Welcome.
I'm not mad, I'm just stunned.
Welcome to the world of darkness.
You think you have homies and they go and kill your retainer.
I mean, I did tell you last week that I was getting real bad feels about these two.
Oh, absolutely. You think you can be friends with terrorists and then they commit acts of terror.
Don't you hate when that happens?
Yeah, I know.
All right. Let's
You
see.
realize that killing us as collateral damage is not going to go well with the anarchist.
We didn't kill you guys.
Yeah, allegedly.
Oh no, this could all be pinned on Underwood. In which
That's a
case,
strike of the Second Inquisition, man.
Weird. You guys just
You know, we
made
got
some.
a bunch of files we can plant all over Charles's house. So.
So then you didn't kill your target either?
No, exactly. Okay.
look at what they did to my boy. Look how they massacred my boy.
I need to type something into the chat.
He was next in line to fully own this mortuary, not just in name, but in actual...
In title alone.
I was getting ready to embrace that man.
All right. As for the chat, this is a warning. If you have any sort of aversion to extreme violence, please go ahead and mute the stream for a little bit. I will go ahead and make sure to have someone type into the chat when the coast is clear. But again, I just want to go ahead and give that warning out so that way if you have that trigger, I don't want to be insensitive to those of you viewing around. So we'll go ahead and give just a few moments before we will go ahead and describe the scene that is taking place. All right. So as you're so to set the scene, Claudius, you're looking at this very nice suit, but in the box, as you hear a eruption coming from Charles, as it just turns to mist, and a blast of explosive begins to fill the room. Both of you take 7 points of aggravated damage.
Damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I'm beyond full.
Me as well.
So I don't know if that's because I'm too over full. I don't know if that's just straight to torpor or straight to jail.
I'm also too overfull.
Whoa, do you guys have the same health?
Probably. You got 5?
I do.
Whoa.
Yeah. 5 gang.
Yeah. From the outside, the entirety of the penthouse is leveled, including a few floors underneath of it. As a large blast caves in, chunks go flying. The buildings to the left and right of it, shrapnel flies through the glass, shattering, impaling. A large scale attack took place in Boston. As Eva and Dimitri, next building over, a few floors down, you have the detonator that is pushed. I need both of you guys to take 2 stains. Sorry, I'm looking up rulings on this real quick here.
Holy crap.
As immediately, Eva and Dimitri, you guys see people begin to flood out of the buildings. Almost from where you guys are, almost look like little ants begin to flood out. Panic ensues.
We'll blend with the crowd.
Yeah, I would blush and put
Yeah.
up a hood.
Okay, please both of you guys go ahead and roll rouse checks for your blush.
Made it.
Okay. You guys blend in with the panic crowd all around you. Very quickly, sirens can be heard in the distance. Obviously, multiple of each kind: ambulances, police, fire trucks, FBI, all begin to pour into this area. You begin to see as people in the FBI begin to go in with large gun cases, begin to go into the opposite buildings.
As I walk over a manhole, I'll drop the detonator through one of the holes.
Okay. It is absolute carnage. As shortly after, as you are still continuing to flee out of another round of FBI vehicles, you begin to see a couple of familiar looking uniforms pour out. They begin to scan around while everyone else is looking at the building, all three buildings, excuse me, and sort of looking around, making sure the people on in the street and on the sidewalk are okay. These group of six begin to scan around and looking outwards compared to inwards on the scene. You begin to get a phone call.
I will. Number I recognize?
No.
Okay. This is Yuri.
Is it done?
I heard there was something that happened.
Yes or no?
I believe so.
I'll be sending you an address. Go to it within an
Okay.
hour.
Is it the woman I've talked to?
It is.
Before?
Yes.
Okay.
I let him know you were sent by the Devil's Child.
I can do this.
What a name.
Phone call immediately ends, and you get a text message
Okay.
from the same number. It's an address.
Okay. I'll make note of the number and then pull the SIM card, the battery, snap the phone, drop it in the, gutter, like, in the water drainage kind of area.
Mm-hmm. As you exit the scene, a few stepping stones, I believe they were called, stepped over. A mission accomplished. An address acquired. Even Demetria, where are you guys headed to?
We'll swing by the locker before we go anywhere.
Okay.
We'll tool up. Just in case this isn't a pleasant meeting.
That is fair.
Could I jack a car?
You
Unless
want
we
a
still
separate
have our
vehicle?
other one.
We still
Well,
had the other one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys have
I
one
didn't
as
know
well.
if it was Uber.
Yeah, you guys would have definitely, as you guys had parked away to make sure that it was
Right.
outside of everything that could possibly happen to it.
I kind of figured as much, but we didn't
Yep.
actually say it.
He knows I'm a criminal.
I have the understanding. As you guys get there. One second, sorry. Sorry, I wanted to make sure that we had put an end to that warning. You guys go ahead, get the stuff out of the locker that you guys require. And it's not a very long drive to where you guys were headed to.
I mean, I think we'll stop a few blocks away and like try to get some height and scope it out.
Sure.
See what it looks like.
It's a very familiar area where it is sort of on the edge of downtown Boston. From where you stop a few blocks back. Not like, so if you're looking to the east of where the location is to like the north, you're within view shot of Claudius's business. It is very much, you guys are meeting outside of sort of every territory. But it looks like it is a rundown school of some kind, an elementary school. You see a car turned off, and you do see a couple of lights inside of the school.
Okay. What do you think? Look good?
Yeah. I'm gonna arm myself just in case. But
Me
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll drive that direction.
Okay.
Nice and slow.
As you guys arrive, is there anything you guys would like to prepare before walking in?
Fucking...
I figured as much. I just wanted to ask.
Hell yeah! So I do have currently choleric blood would have been the last I consumed.
Okay.
So for my Gorgon scales.
Thank you.
And then I will also probably go ahead and activate toughness. So I need to do 2 rouse checks. I'm probably gonna be a hungry motherfucker.
Num.
I'm in them both.
No additional hunger for Dimitri. Eva, anything for you would like to activate or prepare?
Just at the moment, I'll use Daunt.
Daunt?
But yes.
Okay.
But if there's other things, if need be.
You guys walk up. And you see a couple of individuals walk out. 2 ladies look roughly somewhere between late 30s, early 40s. Wearing jeans, a couple of rocker shirts, hair sort of tied up. And who are you?
The Devil's Child sent us.
She did. All right, please. Spread your arms.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna go in there without some security.
That's fine. We just need to know what it is.
I'll hold up the AR-15.
eye it. They don't touch it. They just eye it. And they do try to go ahead and do a pat down.
I'll let them. That's all I got.
Eva, are you trying to conceal anything past them, or?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I would just have the gun and my normal steak and knife. But
Okay. Come on, this way. She's ready to meet you.
All right, let's do this.
And as you walk in, even before you see them, you smell them. As you see a large blob of a half person, sort of like the creations that she had before. But you can see very noticeably long fangs, almost like Nosferatu fangs, dripping down. So I hear my daughter sent you.
Yeah.
And I hear you're looking to join the movement.
Yeah.
Is your target removed? Was that your doing?
The target that was removed? I mean, we had something to do with this, yes.
Good. Welcome.
It's a pleasure.
Anywhere that is covered in our tag, you are welcome to be at. You are now part of the movement.
Glad to be a part of something meaningful.
Now that we had the pleasantries out of the way, I want to make myself very, very clear as your Baron. You go back to where you came from, back from the tower. And worse fates will be yours than what you gave to the people you walked in with.
Understood.
Now, what can I do for you? And that is where we'll go ahead and wrap up for tonight's episode. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Really do appreciate it. That was a very creative way to use some procured items that people were once very excited for. If you guys haven't already, please make sure to head over to the one, the only Adventure Dice. They are sponsoring the show, as always. And we have some really cool things in this still being worked through, but really cool news that will be coming out here shortly. So make sure to be on the lookout for that. Also, make sure to head over to twitch.tv/jbrews, where you can go ahead and see me live Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And on Thursdays, we do play some more tabletop games. So if that is something, obviously, you're interested in because you're watching Gen Con. So make sure to come out at least on Thursdays. We would love to have you. Thank you guys so much for being here for this emotional roller coaster of an episode. Thank you for my cast. And it was a very good time for some of us. But we also got to see the world of darkness as it is, where people put themselves first to drive their needs. So thank you guys so much. We will see you guys next week for another episode of Indy by Night. And yeah, have a good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.